All right, so I spent $220 on ads and I made no sales from them. Yes, I did get impression clicks. People did go to my website more, but I didn't get any sales. And I've learned so much in this process because I've never really done paid ads for myself. So I'm going to tell you all of the things that I tried, what worked, all the stuff that didn't work, so that you don't have to make those mistakes that I did. Hello, everyone. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Ariana, and I am an illustrator and a self-published author. And I decided to make this series to help anyone that is interested in self-publishing their very first book. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is social media. And this is honestly my biggest win. This is where I got the most sales. It wasn't through paid ads. It was through just naturally posting to my followers and people that already knew me. Now, I do not have a big following. I think I have like 1,800 followers on Instagram, like 100 on YouTube. So it's not that much, but these people are my warmest customer because they know me, they follow me, they're friends, they're family, and those are the people that are most likely to purchase your book. I would say like 90% of the people that bought my book, I knew them personally, or I met them at least once. So there's something about that human-to-human connection that makes someone willing to make a purchase. And in my posts and my reels, I wasn't trying to be a seller. I was just trying to show my weird, silly personality. I was literally making videos of me talking to myself, and one of the characters that I portrayed was my therapist, and that video did really well. I think being vulnerable and showing your entire process and not trying to be perfect is the key. And I really thought that the paid ads would work, but no. So I think the number one thing, and it doesn't really matter where you're posting at this point, is to just be yourself. Show your weird, colorful, strange personality, whether you are talkative or you're more shy. Just own it. Own who you are. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still working on that. I'm very uncomfortable in front of the camera, but I know that I will get there eventually through practice. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the paid ads. And I did my research and I tried to choose my platforms carefully based on research and who would actually purchase a book from this site. So I decided to use Pinterest for one of them, and I spent about $71. I had 99 clicks and I had 0 sales. The next one I decided to use, and I don't think you've heard of it because it's specifically for books, is called Written Word Media. And I spent about $150 and I had 21,000 impressions, but I also had 0 sales. Lastly, and this is the funny one, it's Amazon. And I actually spent 48 cents and I got 4,800 impressions. But once again, 0 sales. Now, I will leave the links at the bottom, but I don't really recommend you using them. It just doesn't seem to work. At least for me. Oh my god, this video is really... This one is rough. This whole video is just about me being rejected and not making sales. But I've learned to laugh at myself from it, so we're laughing together. So I really wanted my book to be in bookstores. It was a big dream of mine. I literally visualized and pictured myself signing books at bookstores, and just small bookstores. It doesn't need to be some big well-known bookstore. And I began going to different bookstores. The catch is I am in Portugal, and right now Portuguese people don't like Americans so much for some certain reason that I think we can all think about. Anyways, they were nice, they were giving me advice, and they were kind of acting like they were interested in having my book, but I would email them later and never hear anything back. I even went to one bookstore and gave them my book with a personal flyer that I made, and they seemed really interested, and they never got back to me at all. So it was a lot of rejections. I made such a mistake. I actually ended up purchasing the most expensive books I could possibly purchase, which was on Lulu. I liked Lulu because the books look amazing and the quality is the best, but these books are so expensive. I lost so much money. This is probably the most I've lost in this entire process. Is I ended up buying 50 books off of Lulu. I brought it here thinking that I could easily have a book show. I could have a book signing. Everyone would want to have me sign for them, and they'd be excited, and I could put flyers out, and I could have friends and family come. That didn't happen. I still have a pretty large stack of books in my corner right over there. So the lesson and what I would tell you is make sure that you have a book signing planned, or you have an agreement with a bookstore and they are willing to have your books in their store. And the thing is, they can just buy it. They can buy it from Ingram Spark, because most of the bookstores and libraries get their books from that site. The reason why I ordered my books was because I wanted to make special edition books. I wanted to add stickers and a postcard, and I wanted to personally sign each book, and it would just be like special edition books. So I still have these books. They are available. I will add a link if you're interested. They're beautiful books. Like, I was thinking the other day, I love my books. I'm still in love with them, and they personally feel very special to me. And honestly, everyone that reads it genuinely likes it. And I'm not just saying that, to get you to buy. I really 100% feel like this book is healing and magical and powerful. And that is why I believe in it so much. So I did have one tiny surprise win. No, it's big and it's special, and I'm super happy about it. So I went to Texas with my mom, and we were seeing some family friends, and I met a woman who was friends with our family friend. And, we just got along. I was telling her about my book and what I'm passionate about. And, I'm really passionate about healing and spirituality and writing stories and making art that moves people. And she was a coach, and she's also talking about, helping people and trying to make the world a better place, mental health, all that kind of stuff. So we just chatted. It wasn't anything big. It wasn't like an interview or anything like that. But I found out later that she has a podcast. It's not big, but it was my first time actually doing a podcast. We were just texting a little bit back and forth, and I asked her if I could be on her podcast, and she was like, yeah, sure. We did like a 30-minute introduction, just talking about some topics that I could talk about. And I think this really goes back to the beginning of what I was talking about, meeting people face to face in person through community. Also, she ended up buying my book, and I just met her once actually. So face-to-face community is the key. Honestly, I feel like we are all kind of looking for more human connection, not just being behind a screen, even though I'm currently behind a screen right now, and I'm working on that. So I wanted to mention a few things that I've learned recently, and I just listened to a really great talk, and he's just saying he's like, make a post every second, post 400 something posts on 10 different channels. And I know we can't do that, but what he was saying was there has always been an underpriced market that a company will utilize to really, really grow. So back in the day, before I was born, companies would use the radio to market, to really get their name out. Next, they would use magazines. And then after that, TV commercials. After that, Google AdWords. And I can name one huge company who began using Google AdWords before any of their competitors, and they did it at 5 times the rate. And this was Amazon. So they were really utilizing Google AdWords, and they are like the biggest company in the world now. So another thing that he mentioned that really personally related to me was paid marketing, paid ads, paid commercials, paid stuff. It's just not working anymore. People can kind of see past that fakeness. And what's really working with all of the big brands that we know, the small up and coming ones, the ones that are doing well, it's organic marketing. So just being more personable, not doing a paid post, doing an actual post about yourself, being genuine, that seems to be what is working. And I can 100% say that this is accurate for me. I tried paid ads. I really attempted to, just see if it would work. Like, would I get sales doing paid ads? But I didn't. I got sales by posting myself acting weird and dancing in my room on Instagram. And I really just wanted to mention that because I just think it's such an important time, and there is space for everyone right now to grow and just naturally be themselves. And you don't need to pay money for it. So I really, really hope that this helps you. I hope that this inspires you to put yourself out there, make a post, make a video. Comment below if you are on the end of your book and you are currently trying to market it. Yeah, just let me know. What's your marketing plan? Drop the comment below. Thank you so much for watching. It really, really means so much to me. I'm learning and growing so much, and I only plan to get better with my videos. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.